Hello guys, Elita Legionarii here, and today I am bringing you a real blitz storm of a 4v4 rather, 31k for Rome Total War. This was a real monster epic battle. There's a whole lot of wheeling of our flanks on both armies, and it was really epic. I'm in command of the Julii Romans. My army consists of 6 units of Praetorian Cav and 14 Urbans. Pretty standard formation setup, 1 per screen up front, 2 in close behind support, and then the rest of my guys are 2 lines of 4 and then a 3rd line at the back. So my build's pretty standard. Now I'm going to link up with my allies in the centre here at the start, so it's why I've deployed sideways like this. My allies are Polish Legion of the Heaven Clan. He has got 6 units of Praetorian Cav, 1 Legionary First Cohort and 13 Urban Cohorts. Formation's similar to mine, I guess, more or less. Then we had the SwedishLandsknekt. He actually joined us with some 31k, which was really good. He'll be playing the Julii Romans as well, so is Polish. Now Swedes is not very familiar with 31k, but I know after this battle that he really enjoyed it and really wanted to play more, so I'm sure we might get to see more of him in the future, because sadly as of about a few days ago, Medieval 2's multiplayer went dead, which is absolutely really pisses both me and Swedes off to great lengths, I guess, and many others I'm sure. So I think he might end up, I mean, he's got a bunch of videos to upload for Medieval 2 for a long time, so he'll keep that going. But I'm sure once he's actually run himself out of videos, I think he might be swapping over to Rome Total War, so we might be able to pull his arm a little bit and get him into more 31k, so we might get to see more of Swedes in future. Anyway, his army consists of, I think it's 6 Praetorian Cav and 14 Urbans. I think that's what he's got. He's going with kind of a longer, thinner line formation. He's not really as familiar with 31k setups yet, so I probably wouldn't recommend going this thin, because the cav run-throughs would cause rout sooner because there's not enough depth there in the infantry. But Swedes has not done much 31k, and this formation actually turns out to be quite useful to him anyway in this fight, for the way it pans out. And then we have Koda from the Heaven Clan bringing the Germans, or Germania. So he's got, I believe it was 5 units of Gothic Cav, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Chosen Axemen, 3 Berserkers, 3 Chosen Archers, a Barbarian Chosen Warlord, 3 Knight Raiders, and of course we all know how Germania works in 31k. It's all about getting a team into the right position, and once you attack, it's all about going hardcore and continuing the attack. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking you have to automatically rush with Germania when you've got them in 31k, which is not true, but what you need to do once you start the battle, like start the actual fight somewhere, and you start with Germania, the whole team's got to go. You don't stop, and you don't let, 1 or 2 people don't sit back. You have to all commit, otherwise the momentum's lost and Germania will rout before it can get the chain rout it needs on the enemies. So that's why you don't want to rush the attack, but once you start the attack, you've got to go at it hammer and tongs, and you never slow down, basically. Koda's an adept with Germania. I'm pretty good with him as well, to be honest. I've used him quite a few times to pretty good effect as well. So it's good that he took Germania here. Polish and Swedes are definitely the most inexperienced players on our team. But if me and Koda pull off our flank sections right, these two should be fine. All they have to do is support the initial attacks that me and Koda will make, basically. So anyway, I'm just going to go to double speed so I can show you the opponent's armies. Actually, I'll go to triple speed. It always lags a bit on triple speed though, just because it's like 4v4 on large scale, so there's always a little bit of lag when you go to triple, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm going to go link up with Polish Legion, okay? So that's what I'm doing there. But anyway, our opponent's a Paladinbob, ex-member of the Heaven Clan. He left, although I'd like to pull his arm and get him to join again. But we'll see. He's got 2 Archer Auxilia, 4 Praetorian Cavalry, and I guess 2 Legionary First Cohorts, I think. Which would mean 13 Urbans. Then we have King Marcus. Now I'm not sure. I think this guy was Brotherhood. I don't know for certain. He's playing as a Scipii Romans. He has, I might just pause this actually, give us a bit more time. He has at sea, he's got 3 Arch Auxilia, a couple of Roman archers, and the rest are urban a legionary first, and the rest are urbans. Then he's got, I think it's 3 Praetorian Cav, and he always brings a general's bodyguard and rushes into the peeler screens to do a bit of disruption and a bit of damage. He does it pretty effectively. The strategy, in my opinion, it's effective, but at the same time you're sacrificing an entire cav unit and his generals in this unit, so if he loses his bodyguard, he loses his general, so it would be risky. Then we have Parker of the Wolves clan. He's got, let's see, all I can see there is about 12 urbans, I think, is it? He's got 6 Praetorians, so he's probably got 14 urbans. And then out in the far left we have Alba of the IBEROS clan. He's playing as the Brutii Romans, and I see 2 units of Praetorian Cav, and that's probably 18 urbans, I suppose. Might be some archers in there too, I can't really tell. But anyway, what we're doing is we're linking up. Looks like a bit of a jumbled mess at the moment. But I wanted to get close with Koda here with this fight, because I knew that me and him being the most experienced players on our team, I'd need to work closely with him, because with Germania it's a bit touch and go, because if you don't get it right, if you don't get your timing right with Germania, you just don't win, you just get crushed. But if you get it right, you usually get a very rewarding result, so you've got to get it right. So what happens in this fight is Alba and Parker push on the left flank really aggressively. And here we see SwedishLandsknekt caught out Marcus's bodyguard unit, and he does get a few kills on it. It'd be good if he could rout that, because it would reduce his enemy, his whole of Marcus's men's morale. Now, as you can see, these two are pushing on the left flank really hard here, and they're going to put pressure down Swedes, because they know Swedes has never really played any 31k. Well, they've never played with him before, and they've never seen him on before, and they know he's not got a heaven clan tag or anything like that, or in a clan tag, so he's probably, in their mind, he's the most inexperienced player, and that's actually true. So they're going to rush him here. So I'm going to pause this. Now, as you can see, Alba's going to come right around onto his left here, and Wolves is going to push Swedes, and they're clearly going to try and knock Swedes out fast. A good plan, if you ask me. That is a good plan. As you can see, it's working well too, because Swedes has not reacted quick enough here. Now what we're going to tell him to do in a moment is we're going to tell him to refuse his flank here and to start shifting back and folding back. He's basically going to end up folding back for half of the battle. Because the only way that we can get ourselves out of this situation is for me and Polish Legion to push on Paladinbob and shift the fight back. So we've got to push their flank while they push ours and steadily refuse. That way we can cut Bob off from their assault, and if we're fast enough we can catch Bob out and destroy him before he can connect up, because as you can see he's quite far away from the rest of his allies. So if we just keep running on the right and pushing on the left, we can hopefully catch Bob first before they catch us. So as you can see, Swedes is going to disengage, try and disengage here. Now some of his units got stuck in fighting, and that's not going to be great for him. Now I want to point out here, Paladinbob's cav got glitched badly. However, now normally when you play 31k and someone gets a cav glitch like this or whatever, the common consensus is everybody in the team, both teams, stops, waits, and lets everyone organise until the glitches have stopped. That's the common consensus. Now in this fight, Alba and Wolves didn't stop. They didn't stop, and Bob hadn't pointed out that he got a glitch at this stage, and we hadn't yet noticed it, even though it's quite blatantly obvious at the moment. But these two don't stop, and they start running in and they start destroying Swedes' cav. They keep pushing on Swedes, so if we stop and they just destroy our cav and we make no dividends or gains for what we lose, it's not really fair. So if they had stopped, then see a glitch, and we all would have stopped and agreed to coordinate. But they don't. They just keep coming. As you can see, Wolves, Parker and Alba keep coming. So I said to Koda and the guys, I said, come on, let's go get Bob. Let's just rush Bob. He's out of position. Marcus is not close enough to help him. Swedes has got Parker pretty pinned. As you can see, the Germans are coming this way, and I'm just going to rush Bob at this stage. they didn't stop their attack, and Bob didn't let us know that he had a glitch. So you know, you need to do that in a 31k game, because we were so focused that we weren't even really paying much attention to Bob's cav at this stage. So what we're going to do in a moment, as you can see, they keep pushing and they're going to get Swede's cav here. They keep attacking us. So it's really only fair if they're going to attack us that we should be allowed to attack them regardless of the glitch. Because if they don't stop and sort the glitch, then, you know, we're not obligated. So anyway, at this stage, I keep pushing at Bob, and Parker's sending some troops to help. And Swede is going to run through here to try and reinforce. At this stage, Bob's so badly out of position and the glitches are affecting him so badly. But we keep attacking anyway, because they're attacking us, we'll attack them. You know, they had to stop and let us know that they had glitches, and they would have. It's a common rule of 31k. It's what you got to do when there's glitches. But if you don't follow it, then the other team's not obligated to follow it either. So anyway, we charge in here, and it causes a mass rout on Bob immediately because he's so badly out of position. I did feel a bit sorry for Bob, because obviously he's got a lot of issues that are beyond his control at the moment. But I mean, we're losing forces on our right, so we have to make up for it on the left. Otherwise, if we wait and let them sort the glitch out, we're going to have lost these guys anyway. We'll be at an unfair disadvantage for no gain. So at this stage, we get rid of Paladin Bob's army. It's mass routing. Now, Koda's going to keep pushing this way, so I have to keep going as well. I'm going to be the Roman player who leads the front. Polish Legion goes after much of Paladin Bob's routers, so he's going to get huge kills because he's picking up a lot of routers at the end. But we need to be going after the actual armies that are alive. This army's not much of a threat to us now, because if we just keep pushing here, we can chain route all of them. So I'm just going to keep pushing in here. I'm not even going to waste my time with Pila. I'm just going to keep going. As you can see, it starts routing King Marcus's forces and much of Wolf's Parker. He tries reinforcing with cav, but the problem is there's such a big rout of these forces going on here that these troops are going to go into an automatic rout zone, and they're going to rout automatically as well, just because the rout is so continuous at this stage. So you can see Polish Legion was back there getting kills, so he's going to have the highest kills at the end of the game, but that's probably just because he got Bob's routers, because the rest of us focused on routing the other guys. Now at this stage, as you can see, Alba and King Marcus is still going to try and push around SwedishLandsknekt-Julli's flank here, but we've managed to rout Wolf's Parker and Bob now, and we're just going to keep rolling up the flank here. So as you can see, Polish Legion and SwedishLandsknekt are in the centre, holding, and we're telling them to just start engaging them now, both Alba and King Marcus, while me and Koda just start steamrolling the flank. The berserkers are here, so I said to them, get going, want to support their berserkers while they're there causing the effect. So I charge my cav through here. However, my cav are pretty tired and thinned out by this point, and they actually start routing. But they're going to do a bunch of damage to these, with the help of berserkers, to these Brutii. As you can see, the whole battle's turned around. We're fighting on the opposite sides, both teams are. And as you can see, our numbers just going to keep pouring in at this stage, and as you can see, we just start these guys just start pouring. Polish and Swedes just start pouring their numbers in. And Swedes going to start rolling around this flank, and we're going to start encircling them because there's only a couple of them left at this stage. Now I've got my guys in the back here, and I'm going to try and just hold out these regroup units of Wolf's Parker, because my guys are quite tired now and they've been doing a lot of fighting, and they're now kind of swamped here. But we've got to try and break through Alba. He does a great job. Both him and Wolf's Parker and Marcus did a pretty good job of holding, but the sheer weight of numbers and pressure and the berserkers and the whole effect of it all is causing Alba's forces to start to rout. My forces are just holding in here, and that's all I'm trying to do. My guys will rout eventually because they're under the pressure from Wolf's Parker's guys there, but if we can rout the centre through here, that's what we're going to do. Swedes is going to pull around the flank and try and rout, circle them. As you can see, cav rush comes through. I suspect Alba was on guard mode because it allowed him to hold out longer. But as you can see, it's kind of coming through here, and as you can see, much of the Brutii is starting to rout at this stage of the battle. The cavs coming through, the berserkers are there, and as you can see, all of Alba's guys start to rout now, pretty much en masse. So even though that my army's taken a pretty hefty beating from these regroup units of Marcus and Parker, over here we just absolutely shifted the entire flank and destroyed it. And there's nothing they can really do about it now. As you can see, Koda's smashed straight through the centre, and it's routed all of these Brutii. So I start turning my army around to run them in and face these Scipio units. Now once these Scipio units are faced from the front, they'll be quick to rout because they've already mass routed once. So as you can see, they're going to rout quickly. Fire arrows are coming in too from the archers from Koda. And now we've got Swedes coming around the flank with his cab, and I believe Koda will do the same. So we end up pouring in the Germans as well for the armor piercing and scare effect as well, and as you can see they all chain rout again, because that's what happens once you chain rout. The morale is really bad for the rest of the game really, and they can possibly chain rout all over again very easily. So as you can see, a pretty offensive, aggressive game, and it was over pretty fast because we were just able to continually shift and push that left flank as they try pushing our flank as well, but we just managed to push it a bit better. The glitches obviously helped us, but they didn't stop attacking us, and we were losing cav and infantry on Swedes, out of Swedes' men. So it wouldn't have been fair for us to just stop if they wouldn't stop. So I mean that's fair. That's the rule. I mean if they don't stop, then why should we stop? It's really not fair. If they had stopped and said, wait, we've got glitches, we always said, okay, we'll stop, sort them out. That generally happens in most 31k games, but it didn't in this one. And they kept attacking us, so we just tapped them on the other flank to try and shift matters into our hands again, or back kind of even the field again, and it worked out. But they need to you need to communicate. If you've got a glitch, you need to tell the other people you've got a glitch, and you need to stop attacking so the other team will, because it's a common courtesy in 31k, and I've never really seen anyone ignore it. This is the only time it was kind of ignored in this battle, in any battle I've ever done anyway. But as you can see, it was a pretty decisive win. As you can see, Swedes here and Polish have got pretty high numbers of troops left. It was me and Koda who led most of the charge. These two just supported, and Swedes just basically kept denying his flank as we rolled them around, and Polish just picked up routers and supported in certain sections of the fight against Brutii towards the end. As you can see, Polish got the most huge number of kills there, but that was mostly because he ran after quite a number of Paladinbob's routers as well. I have 1,444 kills, Swedes has 1,109, and Koda has 1,024. Koda's got the less kills, but his army was the reason we managed to get that mass rout going. That's the key. Sometimes the Germans or the Britannia, whoever causes that chain rout, or usually gets the least kills in most cases, but it's actually the army that's caused the main reason for getting all those for the other armies. So even though Polish has got the most kills there, myself and Koda are actually more up the front and in the fight, because as you can see, we've lost over half of our armies doing what we did, because we were mostly in the front of the fight for most of the battle, whereas he managed to sort of just cover our flanks and reinforce us, and he got more kills. But it's always about who kind of does the most teamwork, and there was definitely teamwork here. Everyone was doing their part. As you can see, Swedes, he's only got 1,109, but you have to remember too, he managed to hold out Alba and Parker and Marcus pushing his flank for almost the entirety of the fight. So he hasn't got many kills, or he hasn't got as much kills as some of us, but what he does have is he did a very important role, and I think every one of us played an important role here, and you can't take away from any one of us. Polish made sure that none of the units came back to hit us in the flank, so very good. So that resulted in him getting the most kills because they were routers. Me and Koda took the front, which means we took the most damage, but we kept the pressure on, and Swedes just kept kind of refusing until they got caught out of position, and then all of us just sort of supported each other as we needed to, and we ended up getting heroic victory for it. I guess that again, that glitch did help us, but again, they didn't stop attacking Swedes on the flank. He lost his cav in about 3 urbans before we even noticed the glitch. So if we just stopped and let them have those kills, we would have lost those units for nothing, and it wouldn't have really been fair. So had it all been said, they all said, wait, we'll stop, we've got glitch going on our side, they're sorted out, then that's what we would have stopped too, because that's a common courtesy you extend to glitches. But it was sort of, I guess a lot of people didn't really notice the glitch until kind of halfway through, and by that point all this damage had been inflicted on each other, and we all just sort of continued. As you can see, for their team, Only really Parker got high kills, but I do definitely take my hat off to Alba, because he did manage to survive under a lot of pressure for a long time. Poor Bob has only got 148 kills. I mean, the glitch did kill him a bit, but even if he not glitched, he had me, Polish Legion and Koda all pushing him. He would have been pretty mass routed fast anyway, even if he managed to keep his cav alive. He would have done a bit more damage. He might have got about 400 or 500 kills, much like Marcus did, but the result would have still been the same in the end. Anyway, guys, let's have a look at the statistics here. I can show you all three players here. I'm the top one here. I think this is me. I got quite a few numbers with my cav, best with my cav, and I got a few with my infantry too. Polish Legion in the middle, he got massive numbers with his cav, but again he got those from picking up Bob's routers, and then in addition to all the fighting he did, his infantry actually didn't get a whole lot of kills. Swedes, let's have a look. He got pretty good number with some of his infantry, because his infantry did more fighting than his cavalry. His cavalry, these ones got pretty destroyed pretty quickly, but these ones got quite a few routers and another few bits and pieces. Not sure what Koda would have got, but I assume his berserkers and his cavalry would have got most of his kills. So anyway, good game to everyone. Now there's several channels I can link here. Polish has got a channel, Swedes has got a channel, Koda's got a channel, and Bob's got a channel. So I'll link all four of those channels in the description. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please leave comments, tell me what you think. It was a fairly epic battle and it was pretty hardcore aggressive, so tell me what you think. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon next time.